If something's on your mind, you can tell me. I miss talking to you already.
Don't even think about trying anything. Something I can do for you? Sorry, but that's not the type of thing I can just hand over without proper authorization. Do you want to tell me what's going on? I'm not sure what kind of emergency would require me to hand over a security key card to a citizen. I thought I made myself clear. I'm not giving you my card. I hear you, but it doesn't change anything. Whatever. Take it easy. Maybe we can work things out. Here's the card. Just make sure you give it back when you're done.
While we're here, you better stay off the Aurora. You don't want that drug scrambling your brains.
Catherine Lucian keeps demanding we look into her husband's murder. Murder. Yeah, right. Hysterical old broad.
We have everything you could possibly want. So come on in.
Good to see you again. Busy. There's never a dull day in Ryujin Tower. Almost 3 years. I can't believe it's been that long. My first day feels like yesterday. I do. It suits me. I like talking to people and watching the day-to-day in the lobby. Plus, working here is one of the steadiest jobs you can find in Neon. I'm a legacy, so to speak. Both my parents work here. My dad's the administrative assistant to some of the execs, and my mom works at Tranquility. My dad helped me get this job after I finished an administrative training program a few years ago. I like working close to my family. All right. Please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Enjoy your day. Our NeuroAmp development department and executive offices are also located on site at Ryujin Tower, but those areas are off limits to the public. What started out as a small ship tech company has grown to encompass spacecraft design, robotics, and most of all, neuroamps. Most of the building is just cubicles for our employees. Tranquility and Drone, two of our subsidiaries, also have offices upstairs. Both are worth visiting. Oh, neuroamps are our specialty. They're small, external devices used to improve overall brain function. Aito Suzuki runs the Ryujin store here in the lobby. He can tell you everything you'd like to know, and more, if you want to pay him a visit. Shady business? Oh, I don't think that's true. We're a massive corporation. Things are bound to seem a little strange to newcomers. Almost 3 years? But as my dad says, when corruption in corporations is the norm, you have to look at the results. Compared to other tech giants, few can boast the employee benefits, not to mention the impact they have on everyday life. Look, we may not be in the pharmaceutical business yet, but neuroamps have been life-changing for millions. Look, this is sensitive stuff. I hope I can trust you. Not happening. Yeah, I hope so. But fine. You clearly are getting close with the bosses, so you'll find out one way or another. It's a cutthroat world on the executive floor. I wouldn't put it past most of the higher-ups to sabotage our rivals. Or each other, for that matter. I'd prefer to leave it at that. I like this job, and I want to keep it. See you later!
Taking a break? How's it going? You didn't hear this from me, but you remember Tomo, your hot date from Terrabrew on day one? Apparently, he finally fulfilled his dream of being a field op. With a competitor. You ask me, nothing good will come of it. The guy's a bundle of nerves and a hothead to boot. Well, besides brightening everyone's day with my presence, I mostly support the management staff. Setting meetings, travel arrangements, and then a slew of menial tasks that no one else wants to do. Credits, collections for birthdays, HR policy reminders, you know, all that fun stuff. Oh, little old me? Well, I hardly know where to begin. Oh heavens, no. I don't risk my life for anything except my signed Borealis music collection. Yuko's tried to get me to be a technician, but that's a whole different pressure. Mistakes on that team affect Ryujin's bottom line. Or worse, put a field op's life at risk. Hard pass. Club circuit when I'm feeling social, people watching when I'm not. Rooftop roaming if you want to get away from the crowds. But when I really want a little me time, I just lock myself up in my apartment and blast Borealis's latest mix. The neighbors hate it, but for me, it's as therapeutic as it gets. I just had my 6-year anniversary. If anyone told me I'd be holding a job that long when I first got here, I would have laughed in their face. I had all the dreams of leading that neon party life, but I learned pretty early on I'm a creature of safety and comfort. Now, I live vicariously through everyone here. All the drama, none of the risk. New Atlantis, believe it or not, home to the UC and more restrictions than you can count. Yeah, obviously not for me. I ran away to Neon as soon as I had the creds to hitch a ride. Don't do me any favors. Nice chat, though.
I'm a little busy right now. Can't you see I'm busy?
Hey there. Got that key card for me? I think of security the same way too, but don't let Dalton know I said that. Overall, not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better.
You may as well question the entire corporate world at that point. Just think of what we do here as standard business practices. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon.
Discretion and the trade tower in Neon don't exactly go hand in hand.
Follow me. Let's talk somewhere more private.
If you haven't already heard the name Benjamin Bayou, you'd better get familiar. The man runs Neon and has ties to anything significant here, including Ryujin. The trade tower is his baby, and the Astra Lounge is the heart and soul. You do anything to scar that and make a scene, I guarantee it'll come back to haunt us. I thought that might spark interest.
Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd. And Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails.
Infinity Ltd. Is one of our aspiring competitors. They have products in several similar fields, ships and neuroamps being the exception. Quantum Synergies specializes in ship operating software. We don't consider them a major competitor since their product line is so narrow. If the two are meeting to work out a contract, that tells us Infinity must be looking to get into the ship business. And we'd like to delay that, if we can. That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and quantum synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. She's considered it, but she's next in line to be CEO over at Quantum. If she came here, she'd have to deal with stiff competition. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are, Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. They've launched several, but none survive long. Nothing that would be as big as neuroamps or grav drives. That's why they've taken to just following whatever trends companies like Ryujin set. If they can't make money off ingenuity, they can certainly sell someone a cheaper version of a more expensive product they may want. Infinity Ltd's strategy to make money is to cut cost on quality. You can compare any one of our products to theirs and see it almost instantly. Low-grade synthetics, flimsy thin materials, high energy usage, they issue at least 1 or 2 recalls a year. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. He's one of Quantum's best assets. Since they promoted him, their profits have risen over 37%. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. We keep an extremely close eye on our competition. Thanks to operatives like you, that information is almost always at our disposal. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers, though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Just as long as you don't sound like you're reading out of a book. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. If it's not on her person, it will be in the suite she has reserved. Suites are patrolled, so she'll believe it's secure. If you can't manage to get her room key or deal with the door itself, try Boone Morgan, the manager. Boone appreciates credits, if you know what I mean. We got lucky on that one. Nina was making some last-minute changes to it at her own home and happened to save it to her personal data storage. Of course, we were able to access it, so we fabricated our own with new figures and put it on an Infinity Ltd slate. Assuming she's using an Infinity Ltd slate is a bit of a gamble, but one we're willing to take. Exactly. And that incompetence will be enough for them to further question this deal. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Business executives aren't going to take advice from just anyone. Show up looking like an Ebbside street rat or mercenary for hire, and you're lucky if they'll even acknowledge you. I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
Any troubles you need to share? I'll be counting the minutes to our next chat.
What is it?
I think I found something,
Proprietary mix of alcohols. So come on in to the brand and find out. Hey there, friend. Need something?
There's nothing wrong with breakfast for dinner. Dessert. It's all food.
In business circles, it's considered
all the
common
best
wisdom
stuff
that
falls into
Sidonia's
that
best
category.
days are long behind it.
Waffles, pancakes,
Until now,
and breakfast
A
burritos.
recent
It's like
pharmaceutical
you're playing the
breakthrough
menu's
has
greatest
meant that the
hits.
previous
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Okadigbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo.
Neon's premier seller of all things incredible and exclusive to go see anywhere in the galaxy. Neobank ATMs are spread throughout several systems, so you can do your banking your own way, on your own time. Pharmaceutical breakthrough has meant that the previously worthless mineral known as aqueous hematite
And they
now
cleared
has
the
a
entire
vital
bounty board in a
possible
week.
use.
Whatever.
Spontaneous parties have started up all over Sidonia as it promises
It'll work itself out.
made.
I'd rather not get mixed up with the syndicate or gang stuff.
Yeah? Owen told me not to worry about it.
Well, there you go. Business as usual.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's neon.